5 till. This is America in the Morning. Welcome back. Honoring a musical legend, as the papers of songwriter Burt Bacharach have been donated to the Library of Congress. Entertainment correspondent Margie Zaraletta has the story.
Burt Bacharach's sketches for songs like Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head and Alfie, and his arrangement for The Look of Love are among the thousands of his music scores and parts given to the Library of Congress. Bacharach died last year. His widow, Jane, says she chose the Library of Congress because it gave its Gershwin Prize for Popular Song to Bacharach and songwriting partner Hal David in 2012, and Bacharach valued it more than any other award. The collection will be available for researchers next summer. I'm Archie Zaraletta.
Wrestler turned actor Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, along with Chris Evans, chased some holiday cheer in theaters this weekend. Kevin Carr has a sneak peek at Red One.
With Christmas movies in full swing this year, it's time for one about Santa on steroids.
Let's go heavy. Looking strong, Nick.
Red One takes us to the North Pole, where Santa Claus is kidnapped by an evil witch bent on punishing the naughty.
Right! Someone took Nick.
It's up to Santa's bodyguard and a notorious criminal to save him and the holiday itself.
I'm bringing in Jack O'Malley. He's probably the best tracker in the world.
I get what they were thinking when they made this, which was to deliver a Fast and Furious version of Christmas.
No, it doesn't work on everything. No, you can't try it. No, you can't drive. No more questions. Now get in.
But they've stripped out all of the holiday cheer and replaced it with performative masculinity and enough testosterone to kill a full elephant.
We got seven!
Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans phone in their parts, cashing in on their blockbuster career highlights.
We need to find him. Let's save Christmas.
And the script is loaded with Yuletide movie cliches, from the redemption of a deadbeat dad to the hyper-techno upgrades to Santa's workshop. But none of it is presented in any coherent form.
Toy stores. Toy stores what? The supply closets are portal stations for the North Pole transit system.
There are a few decent moments. I'm looking at you, Krampus. But for a movie so focused on Christmas, there's not much Christmas spirit in it.
Interesting. My turn!
Red One gets 2 roided-out candy canes out of 5. I'm Kevin Carr, and that's the way I see it.
There's an old phrase, some days you get the bear, the other days the bear gets you. And as Shelley Adler reports, on certain days the police get you when you try to impersonate a bear, as a couple of California fraudsters find out.
The California Insurance Department says 4 Los Angeles residents have been accused of defrauding 3 insurance companies out of nearly $142,000. They claimed that a bear had caused damage to their cars, but it turned out that it was a person in a bear costume. How'd they get caught? The group provided video footage of the so-called bear to the insurance companies as part of their damage claim. Someone suspected it was not an actual bear, and after executing a search warrant, detectives found the bear costume in the suspect's home. I'm Shelley Adler.
America in the Morning for Friday, November 15th, 2024, is produced by Jeff McKay. Senior producer Kevin Delaney. I'm John Trout. This is Westwood One.
I got smart about mortgages, smart about college.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Summer's here. Temperatures are soaring, and unfortunately, so is the risk of developing skin cancer. The sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can damage your skin if it's not protected properly. So when you're out in the sun this summer, make sure to wear your protective clothing, like hats and long sleeves, and repeatedly reapply sunscreen.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our website, www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
Trustworthy, up-to-date, dependable. We're your news station. News Radio 1440
WIAM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, the Cumulus Media Station.
This is the CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. I'm Deborah Rodriguez. President-elect Donald Trump delivered his first post-election speech at Mar-a-Lago last night. He promoted his controversial pick for Health Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns is in West Palm Beach.
It's what the Trump team sees as a campaign promise kept.
I'm going to let him go wild on health. I'm going to let him go wild on the food. I'm going to let him go wild on medicines.
But what critics feared. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has a long record of criticizing vaccines and has spread false and misleading claims about their safety.
Not all of RFK's goals are controversial, but CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder says he may have a tough time pushing them through.
He wants to take on additives, preservatives in food. In fact, many at the FDA have wanted to do this. The question is, will Congress expand FDA authority to regulate some of these things?
Officials in Monterey, California confirm Mr. Trump's choice for Defense Secretary. Fox News host Pete Hegseth was investigated for an alleged sexual assault in 2017. A police report mentions contusions and right thigh. No charges were filed. A trial begins today for a 26-year-old charged with murdering a nursing student on the University of Georgia campus. WSB's Veronica Waters from Atlanta.
While many murder cases take years to come to trial, Jose Ibarra's opens barely 9 months after Laken Riley's fatal assault. University of Georgia Law Chair Ron Carlson says the defense faces an uphill battle.
And it does not help the defense case that Ibarra is here in America illegally.
Yesterday's sale of Alex Jones' InfoWars to The Onion, a parody news outlet, has triggered legal action. Reporter Chris Fox in Austin.
Houston Judge Christopher Lopez ordering the hearing after Alex Jones and his lawyers raised questions about how the bankruptcy auction of InfoWars was conducted. Jones alleging the trustee overseeing the auction changed the process.
So they changed all the bidding rules, made it secret 2 days ago, and just like they tried to shut us down back in late May without a court order, we're supposed to have a court order. There's going to be injunctions filed.
Jones owes $1 billion penalty to the families of Sandy Hook victims for claiming the mass shooting never happened. They handed out the Latin Grammys on Univision. Bon Jovi and Pitbull performed at the Kaseya Center in Miami. Karol G, the first woman to grab back-to-back wins in the Best Urban Music Album category.
Se lo quiero dedicar de verdad de corazón a mi familia.
Juan Luis Guerra snagged Album and Record of the Year. S&P futures down 30. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, everyone. If you or someone you know were diagnosed with lung cancer or mesothelioma, listen up, because you could be entitled to significant compensation. We have legal professionals standing by right now to take your call, and they'll tell you if you qualify for a cash settlement. Call 800-570-0200. That's 800-570-0200. Call now and find out how much money you could potentially get.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
Another red flag raised over weight.
A study in the journal Lancet estimates around 1 in 5 children, 1 in 3 adolescents, and 2 in 3 adults will be obese by 2050. The study's lead author, Marie Ng.
We're expecting the number of people experiencing obesity and overweight to rise to 260 million.
Obesity is at its highest levels in southern states like Texas and Oklahoma, and it's going to get worse.
We're expecting like 43 million children who will have experienced overweight and obesity by 2050.
Ng says over 800 million adults now live with diabetes worldwide. Brad Gibson for CBS News.
A new survey finds holiday shoppers will be browsing and buying in record numbers.
shopping, and I'm going to help you make you some savings. That means this month only, you can get So visit me to fall in love with a nicer newer car, and you can save up to $4 grand. But hurry, don't leave me hanging. The deal is good won't last long. I'm Matt Wesley. I'm the deal for the people. See all these valuable offers arrive at budgetsayyes.com. That's budgetsayyes.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-568-2790. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems. If you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. He may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-568-2790. That's 800-568-2790. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-568-2790. Choosing the right candidates for any office can be difficult. I share in my office. No matter what kind of office you have, if you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology finds the most qualified candidates to fill roles fast. So, any kind of office.
Going places in my office.
Count on ZipRecruiter to find the right candidates for you. Try ZipRecruiter for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians, don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more, all at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Clear and crisp start to our Friday gives way to plenty of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures topping out around 70 degrees with a north breeze. Tonight we'll see lows in the 40s with a clear sky. Saturday and Sunday feature sun and a few clouds. Highs in the mid to low 70s with overnight lows in the 40s. We're tracking increasing rain chances as we head toward Tuesday of next week. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Nick Gunter on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Got a couple of things going on, so please use caution. Emery Fulmer, Highway 31 southbound at Emery Fulmer Parkway. That's down at Hope Hull. Also, South Capitol Parkway at Mount Meigs. We've got an accident reported there with injuries, so please use caution in both of those areas. Haynes Ambulance is there for you both on the ground and in the air. From a simple patient transport to life and death situations, Haynes is ready at a moment's notice. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams at WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Friday. Tuskegee University's canceled classes for the rest of the week, and the school's president announced that Tuskegee will now be a closed campus moving forward. These changes come following last weekend's mass shooting on campus. Several state lawmakers are holding a news conference about that shooting later on this morning. It starts at 10 a.m.
Too late to talk about it
Valiant
now.
Cross Academy, a private school in Montgomery, is expanding. Originally an all-male school led by Anthony Brock, there is now a satellite campus to include the girls. The new campus is focused on middle school-age girls for now and is located at St. Paul AME Church. If you travel on I-85 south through Line Creek, all lanes have now reopened there, but it's not far from the Mount Meigs exit. Crews started on the work there over a week ago. The project is still ongoing, and you can expect some slowdowns in the evenings until it is complete. I'm Jasmine Williams with your morning headlines.
Unable to work because of an injury at the fault of someone else? Call me, Johnny Adams.
Representations made that the quality of legal services provided is greater than the quality of legal services provided by other lawyers.
Sponsored by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Getting support from friends online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
Instead of smoking after I ate, I'd get up and take a walk.
I missed having a cigarette in my hand, so I'd hold a pen or a straw, anything.
Until I knew I wouldn't give in to temptation, I spent more time with my friends who didn't smoke.
I went to places that were smoke-free.
I didn't stay quit the very first time I tried.
I kept on trying, and I learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
I quit.
I quit.
I quit.
We did it, so can you.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
My wife and I enjoyed a wonderful dinner last week with friends we hadn't seen in a long time. The next day, we received a handwritten note which they delivered to our mailbox, letting us know how much they had enjoyed our dinner together, along with an article that we had discussed. You know, in today's high-tech, low-touch world, it's
Happy Friday.
A thoughtful handwritten note once in a while. It's enough to inspire me to get started. To learn more, check us out at thekindnessrevolution.net.
I got smart about mortgages, smart about college.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Alrighty then.
You need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear, I will be here. If in the dark we look.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine if you can. It's one more day, one more, that you're on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time for our daily bread this day. And today's daily bread is simply entitled Choosing Life. Our scripture insight today comes from Deuteronomy 30 and 11 through 20. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is November the 15th, 2024. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day that once it is gone, it shall never be again. It is a once in a lifetime deal. And once it's over, you don't get a do-over. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done this day that you don't.
And more importantly, you don't get a chance to undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, November the 15th, 2024, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you be proud of what you have done on this day. If you've lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace, the mercy, the love, and the charity of God, we may, I am not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day, November the 15th, 2024, that is the first day of the rest of our lives. What we're going to do with it? Well, do what you can, while you can, for whom you can, for as long as you can, until you can't. Because in all of our lives' journey, someone did the same for us. They gave us the shoulder to lean on, words of wisdom, a heart that cared, a hug that said, I love you, and I care. We can do no less than that. Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say that is the standard by which you live your life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never give up. You never quit, because quitters will never win. And while winners may lose a thing or two, they never quit. So don't you. And no matter what happens this day, no matter what it is still a stupendous, a great day to be alive. We'll be back.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading, titled Choosing Life, was written by Karen Bimbo. Nathan grew up in a Christ-believing household, but he started to stray away from his childhood faith as a college student into things like drinking and partying. God brought me back to himself when I didn't deserve it, he said. In time, Nathan spent a summer sharing Jesus with strangers on the streets of major U.S. cities and is now completing a residency in youth ministry at his church. Nathan's goal is to help young people avoid wasting time not living for Christ. Like Nathan, the Israelite leader Moses had a heart for the next generation. Knowing he would soon relinquish leadership, Moses delivered God's good regulations to the people and then lists the results of either obedience or disobedience, blessing and life for obedience, cursing and death for disobedience. Now choose life, so that you and your children may live, he told them in Deuteronomy chapter 30, for the Lord is your life. Moses urged them to love God, listen to his voice, and hold fast to him. Choosing sin brings consequences, but when we surrender our lives to God again, he will surely have mercy and restore us. This promise was fulfilled throughout the people of Israel's history, but also by Jesus' final work on the cross to bring us into fellowship with God. We too have a choice today and are free to choose life. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Deuteronomy chapter 30, verses 11 through 20. Now, what I am commanding you today is not too difficult for you or beyond your reach. It is not up in heaven so that you have to ask, who will ascend into heaven to get it and proclaim it to us so we may obey it? Nor is it beyond the sea so that you have to ask, who will cross the sea to get it and proclaim it to us so that we may obey it? No, the word is very near you. It is in your mouth and in your heart so you may obey it. See, I set before you today life and prosperity, death and destruction. For I command you today to love the Lord your God, to walk in obedience to him, and to keep his commands, decrees, and laws. Then you will live and increase, and the Lord your God will bless you in the land you are entering to possess. But if your heart turns away and you are not obedient, and if you are drawn away to bow down to other gods and worship them, I declare to you this day that you will certainly be destroyed. You will not live long in the land you are crossing the Jordan to enter and possess. This day I call the heavens and the earth as witnesses against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose life, so that you and your children may live, and that you may love the Lord your God, listen to his voice, and hold fast to him. For the Lord is your life, and he will give you many years in the land he swore to give your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Let's pray. Gracious Jesus, we thank you for the life-giving freedom of knowing you and following you. Help us to listen to your voice and hold fast to you, that we and future generations may experience the fullness of life found only in you. Thank you, Lord. It's in your name that we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Tony Collier, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Okay, you know it's Friday, no PT today, but we still honor our armed forces of these United States of America, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard, and Space Force, even though we don't quite know exactly what they do. We're going to give them some props anyway. Anyway, so good morning to you. And we also honor our local heroes, our Montgomery Police Department, our Montgomery Fire Department, MFD, MPD, and any all the other MDs that are out there. Not medical doctors, Montgomery professionals. Okay. And we always forget our bus drivers. You know, if I had a job taking kids to school every morning, I wouldn't have it long. Okay, I just wouldn't have it long. I know my patients ain't gonna no, didn't do it. But anyway, so we need to give them a raise just for putting up with somebody else's kids. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Space Force, and did I forget anybody? I don't think so. Good morning to you. And don't forget, coming up after this, the winner of the Montgomery Advertiser Student of the Week. It wasn't even a race, but we're going to celebrate everybody. Woo! You always got to give a special hello to the Marines. They special. You always got to say hi to them. So good morning, Jarheads. They special people. I forgot my audio today. I gotta play it. Okay, then I'll get to the student of the week winner. But we gotta play this one because I like this one. Because the world can use a little bit more kindness. There are some days that I'm not as kind as I could be, and the world could use a little bit more kindness. So today's it is called To Be Kind. All right, it's not very long. Then we'll come back with the student of the week and things like that. But kids certainly need to hear this. Okay, we really do. Because our I don't know if we teach kindness very much anymore, but it is one of the best human attributes that a human being can have, and that is to be kind. And we forget it sometimes when we get upset. But even when you get upset at people, there's a way to be upset, okay? And you can do it in a kind way, okay? I'm just saying, you might want to listen to this and take it with you the whole weekend.
Unfortunately and regrettably is often forgotten. Virtue of kindness. I want you to hear a story. 2 years ago, I drove a cab to a living. When I arrived at 2:30 in the morning, the building was dark except for a single light in the ground floor window. To be sure distances, many cab drivers just honk once or twice, wait a minute to drive away. But I had seen too many impoverished people who depended on taxis as their only means of transportation to drive away. Unless the situation spelled a danger, I always went to the door. So I walked to the door and knocked. Answered a frail, elderly voice. After a long pause, the door opened. A small woman in her 80s stood before me. At her side was a small nylon suitcase. Carry that bag out to the car door. So I took the suitcase out, returned to assist the woman. She took my arm and walked slowly toward the door. We got much to do. I stopped and I told her I was about to treat all my passengers the way I want my money. When we got in the cab, she gave me an address and she said, I'm on my way to drive through downtown. It's not the shortest way. Oh, I'm in no hurry. I'm on my way to hospice. I looked in the rearview mirror and her eyes were glistening. I don't have any family left. She said, the doctor says I have a defective heart. That's why we reached home. Shut up. What doctor did I go to? The next 2 hours we drove all around the city. She showed me the building where she had once worked as an elevator operator. She and her husband and girls worked in the She had me go up in front of the furniture warehouse and on the wall with the door. What time she'd asked me to slow down and drive up a little bit.
Saying nothing. As the first hint of sun was creasing the horizon, she suddenly said, "Okay, I'm ready. Let's go now." We drove in silence to the address she had given me. It was a low building. 2 orderlies came out to the cab. As soon as we pulled up, they were solicitous and intent. Watching her every move, they were expecting her. I opened the trunk, took out the small suitcase, carried it to the door. The woman was already seated in a wheelchair. "How much do I owe you?" she asked. "No, you don't owe me anything," I said. "Oh, you have to make a living," she answered. "Oh, there are other passengers," I responded. Almost without thinking, I bent over and gave her a hug. She held on to me tightly. You gave an old woman a little bit of joy, she said. Thank you. I squeezed her hand and walked into the dim morning light. Behind me, a door shut. It was the sound of the closing of a life. I drove aimlessly, lost in thought for the rest of the day. I could hardly talk. What if that woman had gotten in an angry driver earlier that morning, or one who was impatient? What if I had refused to take the run, or had honked once and driven away? On a quick review, I don't think I have done anything more important in all my life. I love that story. Sort of helps me allow life to make up its mind again. You need to remember that story. The times you will want to be anything but kind. Because it is so much easier to bear a grudge and hate in return, or get back, or get even. Hate destroys the vessel it's kept in. Revenge never healed a wound. There's one thing all of us have in common: we've been mistreated by somebody. Some of you have known abuse, misunderstanding, and all of this has a way of siphoning your tank of kindness. It can make you hard. And you can get on with hard. You can get along with it. In fact, some will even respect you more because you're tough. But I urge you not to be. Be kind, tenderhearted, forgiving one another. When I'm truly free of revenge and bitterness, there is plenty of room in my heart left for kindness. And not until. Do what's right. Do justice. Love kindness. Walk humbly with your God.
Maybe you were born a really nice person with a gentle, sweet personality, and being kind to people comes pretty naturally to you, but I think more of the globe is not that way than is. And the good news is we can change.
It's amazing what one kind word can do. We don't think anything about it, but to the other person, it breathes life into their spirit. Our words have the power to lift people, to help them get through a challenge, to push them into their destinies. When you tell someone, I love you, I'm proud of you, you did great on that project, you're not just being kind, those are healing words. We don't know what people are going through. They may smile on the outside, but on the inside, they're hurting, they're lonely, they're discouraged. Many people have wounds from the past, wounds from a relationship that didn't work out, wounds from people trying to push them down. Just a simple word of encouragement. I believe in you. I'm praying for you. A simple compliment. You look beautiful today. It's no big deal to you, but to them, it's helping heal the wounds. It's lifting their spirits. It's causing them to believe in themselves. Your words can be what keeps them moving forward. And God puts people in our lives on purpose so we can bring healing. Letting people know that you care does more than you imagine. You have the power to put someone on their feet. You have the power to keep them from falling into depression. You have the power to cause them to pursue their dreams. Be free with your compliments. You can think well of your friend all day long, but if you never tell them, they'll never know. God wouldn't have brought it up if he didn't want you to tell them. He wouldn't have put that thought in you if the other person didn't need it. You may not know them. It may not make sense to you, but God knows what he's doing. There's a reason they need your healing. Don't withhold it. Don't try to reason it out. In my early 20s, a young man started coming up to the gym to play basketball with us. He was a loner. He was very unfriendly, very cold. He never talked. Even during the games, he wouldn't interact with us. Most of the guys just ignored him. Something down in here told me to reach out to him and make him feel welcome. I found out that his name was Bo. When he would come into the gym, I would go over and say, "Hey, Bo, it's great to see you today." He never said anything. He just hit his chest twice and walked away. I didn't know what that meant, but I hit my chest twice and walked away. This went on for several years. I saw him 4 or 5 times a week. Well, I stopped playing basketball there, and I hadn't seen Bo in over 20 years. One Sunday, he showed up at church. I saw him afterwards. I thought, where do I know this guy from? He said, "I'm Bo. We used to play basketball together." That's the most I'd ever heard him talk. He went on to tell how he grew up in the projects. At 14, he started living on his own. Nobody wanted him. He never felt loved or accepted. He said, "One of the main reasons I went up to the gym was to hear you say, 'Great to see you today,' because nobody had told me that they were glad to see me." Those simple words, letting him know that I cared, were like life-giving water. Today, Bo is married. He introduced me to his children. He's setting a new standard for his family. What am I saying? Nobody is in your life by accident. Don't ignore what you feel on the inside. That compassion to encourage them, that desire to be their friend. Take time to make them feel loved. It doesn't have to be something big. Just good to see you. I believe in you. I'm praying for you. Just let them know that you care.
To be kind. Never can have too much of that, can you? I don't believe you can. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. Hope you enjoyed that. I love that one right there. I love that one. Let me answer this call before I go someplace else. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, sir. I'm on it. Thank you very much. Anyway, before we get to one more, I got to tell you who won the Student of the Week thing today. Good morning. Who's this? Okay, I'll knock that out on Monday. Anyway, good morning to you. Now you know Montgomery Advertiser has a Student of the Week challenge in the Montgomery Advertiser from Monday through Thursday, and so you have to. The voting is over now, and the winner has been named. Okay, so well, let me make sure I get the right person, because I don't want to give the wrong person. I can tell you though what school they from. Let me see here now. Now again, I'm trying to get Percy Julian to stick some more people on this thing. Okay. Anyway, the Student of the Week. Well, first of all, who were the 3 contestants this week? Well, we had Yash Param of Lamp High School, a senior. We also had Donovan Brown of Prattville High School, a junior, 11th grader. And we had Kaylee Carter of BTW High School, which is, I believe she's, it didn't say what she is. I think she's got to be a junior or a senior, because I don't see it on her information here. But anyway, these are your three people. One person got 20,310 votes. Another person got 6,685 votes. Another person got 4,418. Now, I want to, first of all, we want to congratulate all of them for being even picked for this job because in schools has got 800 people in it. It's kind of difficult sometimes to it's kind of difficult to. So let's give them all a hand of applause. Give them all a hand. Hey, up there in the bleachers, you too. Hey, yes, 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 yes. Okay then. Okay, that's enough. That's okay. That's enough. That's enough. Okay. But the question on the table this morning is this: who is the winner of this week's Student of the Week? And News Radio 1440, because we didn't pick them, we don't get. I'm trying to get some businesses to give me some gift cards to give these kids. Have to put them all on the radio and stuff like that. We try to give them. I'm working on it though. I'm gonna go back and find who who the people were this week. Going to do something for you. Okay, I don't know exactly what yet, but anyway, the winner of this week's Student of the Week is Kaylee Carter. Kaylee Carter goes to school at BTW. Somebody told me that school is someplace on Bell Road. I don't know, but that is Booker T. Washington. Congratulations to her. Give her a hand. Give her a hand. Give her a hand. Give her a hand. Booker T. Washington has a lot to be proud of this morning. You have an outstanding student over there. Actually, most of the students over there are outstanding. Hey, I got you. Don't clap for me. Don't do it for me. Do it for Kaylee. I tried to find her last night on Facebook, but I couldn't find her, so I don't know what she looked like no way. Anyway, good morning to you. Hey, I know. What a great honor. What a great honor it is. Okay. And to have me mention you on the radio in the morning. Okay. Because once I mention you, you're going to be a star the rest of the day, someplace. All right, then. Kaylee Carter, BTW High School. She is this week's Student of the Week. And we'll be back. Okay, we are back. How you doing? I'm trying to get one of my favorite veterans on the air uh, this morning with me from South Carolina, where he is this morning. We're trying to get him on air because he was taking everyone over in Iraq and Afghanistan, and there's just some action things, and we will get back to because you know what, all of us veterans have, all veterans have in common. You know what they have in common? Well, let me show you what they have in common. Oh yeah, that's what we got. That's the deal right there. Old and new. Oh, I'll be right with you. I got to get to the bridge here. If you wore that uniform, Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marine, we got this in common. Oh yeah. Say it now. Okay, brothers too. Yeah. 7:49 in the morning. I'm feeling good. It's Friday. Oh yeah. All righty then. Let me grab this other call right here right quick. Good morning. Who's this? I feel fine every morning on the ground. Okay. Yeah. So when I talk, except the only thing that brings me down is when I talk to a Democrat most of the time. Well, I'm good. No, you're Democrat. You just don't claim it. Yeah, yeah. No, oh, no, no. Okay. Yeah, yeah. chili chicken. No, not very much of it. I just figured out it messed you Democrats up so bad. You're doing all kind of things that I don't want it to affect me. I'm a dressing and pork chop kind of guy. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. 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 I like the Donaldson guy. Tim, how about listen? How about let's let us consider him if he doesn't put anybody black on his cabinet. I don't care who name it is. Uh, I think he will. But if he doesn't, then I'll give you a pork chop then. Wait a minute. I mean, you can't tell the man where to put him. Who said that? Well, why don't we wait and see? Why don't we wait and see? Yeah, I understand. I will admit to you, I did wonder why that Ben Carson ended up in Hood. I just that didn't make sense to me. But hey, it didn't make sense to me. He's a medical professional. I don't know why he ended up in housing. I don't know. But wait a minute. He took the job. He took the job. So yeah. But I'm not a Republican. I'm not a, I'm not right, right. But I but I will tell you right, but I have told you. Mhm. Hey, somebody said, wait, time out. Somebody said, Page, uh, Page Steele, who's black, has already been tapped for the White House press secretary. Okay, Page, and I don't know who this is either, but he's black. What, what, whatever. I don't care. I don't care who it is. Okay, we don't care who it is because you don't know what their philosophical differences are. Right. But no, no. Okay, then it's often. It's got nothing to do with it. We're not talking about personality. We talking about position. Well, I don't care about that. I don't like Tim Scott. I don't like Tim Scott anyway. Okay, that's it. Right here. But if you want to make it, then no. You gotta call me back in the third hour now. Yeah, yeah. 9 o'clock. That's good. That's good. That's right. That's right. I got you. I got you. Okay. Okay. I got you. 7:54 in the morning. Okay. Good morning. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I didn't. Yeah. I don't get that one. Yeah. I didn't get that one. Yeah. Well, I didn't say that, but he took the job. I mean, yeah. Right. However, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you, and you and I know, and anybody who's ever been in the service, often you are put in positions that your familiarity to the SOPs and all that stuff is not there at that moment. But if you have a little bit of intelligence and good people in the department, they'll get you up to speed. And because management is management though, regardless of what the job is. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Hmm. Okay. Okay, but let's not act like the people in Congress are brilliant. Okay, let's not. Okay, so I'm just saying, Well, I don't know. I mean, they didn't. They listen. He should have fired the chief of staff. The chief of staff should have been fired. That's what he should have did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Well, okay. Wait a minute. Kamala Harris, though, years ago didn't claim to be black. So I'm just, yeah, she started that. Yeah, she started that. Yeah, uh, that's right. Well, I don't know. I don't like Tim Scott. He comes across as a he's too anxious. He's too anxious to be liked. You know. Yeah. Right. And I think but I do believe that Carson, who grew up in the project, knew the layout of what the life is like living in those. And I think that's one of the reasons why he was put there because yeah, yeah, yeah. And I hear you. And again, I think that history will ask that question. You know, listen, I don't know. All I know is he took. Yeah, he took the job. I gotta go. Our time is up this hour, but he took the job. Oh, somebody said the White House press secretary is not a cabinet office. Well, I know that, but still, it says press secretary, don't it? I'm just saying. Okay, so we'll be back. So he's still a secretary of something. We'll be back.
Your WSFA 12 news update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Friday. Tuskegee University's canceled classes for the rest of the week, and the school's president announced that Tuskegee will now be a closed campus moving forward. These changes come following last weekend's mass shooting on campus. Several state lawmakers are holding a news conference about that shooting later on this morning. It starts at 10 a.m. Valiant Cross Academy, a private school in Montgomery, is expanding. Originally an all-male school led by Anthony Brock, there is now a satellite campus to include the girls. The new campus is focused on middle school age girls for now and is located at St. Paul AME Church. If you travel on I-85 south through Line Creek, all lanes have now reopened there. That's not far from the Mountain Eggs exit. Crews started on the work there over a week ago. The project is still ongoing, and you can expect some slowdowns in the evenings until it is complete. I'm Jasmine Williams with your morning headlines.
News Radio 1440 WLWI AM, the home of Sean Hannity. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama. A Cumulus.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. President-elect Donald Trump's team is going to bat for his defense secretary pick, Pete Hegseth. after officials in Monterey, California confirmed the Fox News host was investigated over an allegation of sexual assault in 2017. Correspondent Wendy Gillette with the response.
It says President Trump is nominating high-caliber and extremely qualified candidates to serve in his administration. Mr. Hegseth has vigorously denied any and all accusations, and no charges were filed. Hegseth's attorney said in a statement that the allegations were fully investigated and he was cleared.
The medical community continues to raise concerns about Mr. Trump's choice of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to head the Department of Health and Human Services, in particular, his views on vaccinations. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder.
Vaccines, to be very clear, do not cause autism. The, quote, research that claimed that vaccines caused autism was rife with ethical issues, with sloppy research. The guy who did that work had his medical license withdrawn because it was so unethical and sloppy.
Just in from Detroit, General Motors says it's laying off nearly 1,000 workers, most of them in the U.S., to streamline operations. The company says optimizing speed and excellence are a must to, quote, win in this competitive market. People who live along Florida's west coast are breathing a sigh of relief after Tropical Storm Sarah made landfall on the Honduras-Nicaragua border overnight. Meteorologist Jim Cantori at the Weather Channel.
2 days ago, we were looking at a potential major hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. Today, we are looking at very much a remnant low that may make it into the Gulf of Mexico.
The system's dumping torrential rains on parts of Central America and southern Mexico. There's a new reason to get up and move. CBS's Peter King explains.
Researchers say they found a correlation between heart disease and extended time just sitting.
The more time they were sitting, the higher the risk they had.
Dr. Harlan Krumholtz is the editor of the Journal of the American College of Cardiology.
There was a clear inflection point at about 10.5 hours a day of sedentary behavior, where risk really escalated a lot.
Krumholtz says that's true even for those who exercise daily, since that activity is only a small portion of the day.
Jimmy Kimmel passing the torch to a fellow funny man.
Do you have a criminal record? Have you committed a felony?
I stole a wheelchair about 6 years ago.
Conan O'Brien will host next year's Academy Awards. He's never emceed the Oscars before. Organizers are hoping he can freshen things up. S&P futures down 32. This is CBS News.
The annual Progressive Keys to Progress program provides vehicles to deserving veterans, helping our heroes drive their lives forward. Learn more at keystoprogress.com.
Hi, everyone. If you or someone you know were diagnosed with lung cancer or mesothelioma, listen up, because you could be entitled to significant compensation. We have legal professionals standing by right now to take your call, and they'll tell you if you qualify for a cash settlement. Call 800-570-0200. That's 800-570-0200. Call now and find out how much money you could potentially get.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center, may not be available in all states.
Choosing the right candidates for any office can be difficult.
My office has lots of drama.
I share my office. But no matter what kind of office you have, if you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology finds the most qualified candidates for your roles fast. So, for any kind of office.
I'm really going places in my office.
Count on ZipRecruiter to find the right candidates for it. Try ZipRecruiter for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The late guitarist Jeff Beck's instruments are going up for auction early next year.
The collection of more than 130 items, including 90 guitars, is valued at more than $1 million. Highlights include a 1954 Gibson Les Paul, expected to fetch more than $500,000. It's featured on the cover of Beck's 1975 Grammy-winning album, Blow by Blow. Beck's widow, Sandra, says it's hard to part with the collection, but she says she's sharing the love. The sale takes place January 22nd in London. Steve Kafen, CBS News.
You might not know his name, but you know his songs.
You really got me going.
Shel Talmy produced hits for the Kinks, Manfred Mann, and The Who. His publicist says Talmy died from complications of a stroke. He was 87. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to slow it down, get it going slower. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression. Izervay gets GA going slower. Izervay or avacincaptad pegol is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today. Izervay gets GA going slower. Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma. No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Hang on, a quick lesson on shopping with friends.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner. So he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
History shows that post-election periods can bring economic turmoil. It's about bracing for the economic fallout that could follow. But this time, with our national debt skyrocketing, global tensions rising, and God knows what else, we could be facing unprecedented risks. Economic dislocation, runaway stagflation, even worse, and of course, undermining the value of the currency. That's the big concern, your financial security. The answer is diversity. Diversity with what? In my view, gold. Gold has been said to be a reliable wealth shield for thousands of years through some of the worst economic storms. And for my gold investments, I trust Advantage Gold. I recommend them to anyone serious about helping to protect their own wealth. Call them right now, 800-900-8000. Get a free gold investment kit to see how you can get started with gold. You can even qualify for up to $1,000 in free silver. That's 800-900-8000. Call them now. Tell them Mark Levin sent you. Now, trust me, you'll be happy you did. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact.
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Oh, Lordy, Miss Claudia. Lordy, Miss Claudia. Okay. The numbers are 860-1440. If you want to give us a call, let's talk to you. Whatever on your mind this morning. You know, that somebody just made a great suggestion that DeSantis actually could put Donaldson, I think his name's Donaldson, if Marco gets that job at the White House or whatever Trump's got it slated for, we could take Donaldson and make him a U.S. Senator, you know, appoint him to that spot. So, which is better than a temporary cabinet position that's dependent upon somebody getting reelected. So, and Trump won't get reelected. So, okay, this is it. I just don't like Tim Scott. He doesn't come across as a person that's overly intelligent, but merely an opportunist who will say anything to just curry favor. And that's my problem I have with him. Now, I could be wrong, but I just don't. It does not motivate me at all. He doesn't push my needle in one way or the other. So I'm not a Tim Scott fan. But hey, great for him. We made it there some kind of way. I've got to run for office at least one time. I just got to do it. I just got to do it. Because some of the people I see in the public office, although sometimes you just got to be in the right place at the right time, and you have to. I mean, look what happened in Obama land. Everybody who ran for the first time under Obama were elected for the most part, at least 90% of them were English. So sometimes it's when you do what you do as opposed to doing what you do. Anyway, 860-1440. I don't know where my killer is. Killer's not my I call him killer. Is my producer. He was getting no guest today. call, man. I'm waiting for somebody. Good morning. Who's this? Okay. Hmm. Of course, you're one of those callers now. Okay. Dr. Carson, Ben Carson, renowned surgeon. Well, no, Steve is a Marine. Wait, no, what you call them my? What you call them my people? Or how about our people? Well, now, wait a minute. Now being I know, but being a Marine is an accomplishment. No, well, I'm still worried about it. Well, I'm with you. I'm with you. I feel. I, I, yeah, I feel you. Yeah, listen. When it, wait a minute. When you die, let me know how much of that stuff you're gonna take with you. Okay. Let me know how much of that stuff you're gonna take with you, and we'll talk. Good morning. Who's this? Fine, fine. Mm. You think I know that? I don't know everything. I don't know that. I didn't know they were wrong. Listen, what's there to talk about? Somebody robbed them. Why didn't you let? Wait. Why didn't you let me know? Why didn't you let me know? Okay, I'm just saying. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But again, how am I supposed to know about it? Now I do. So let me. Okay, so let me get this right. So let me get this right. The McDonald's on Fairway, the one off the freeway right there, was robbed. Right, Tab. Yeah. Who? So when did this happen? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right, all right. Appreciate it. Again, maybe the police, they got some clues or something, and they, don't want to broadcast it. I mean, you know, the the how can I put this? The constant word depravity in people's community does not raise the value of their community. My concern is that as long as the police know about it, as long as they're working it out and trying to figure out who did it, but you know what? We got to live someplace. You know, we have to live. Us poor folks got to live someplace, and pretty soon, although this is I think all of these criminal things that happen, people are not born with a gene for criminality. This not in my mind. But when you live in a permissive society that blames everybody else but the individual for their problems, then nobody is accountable for what they do. And building for a billion or more cost prison does nothing to help that problem. But unlike some people, you know, I realize that there are a lot of folks in prison who don't belong there. And I also realize there are a lot of people that do belong there that are not there. So I don't know. You know, it's that's a lot of money to put into a prison. You know, that's a lot of money to put into a prison. That's going to hold 4,000 people. That's a. I mean, now I would say you can spend that on schools, but the problem is we have a $10 billion education fund, and we still can't seem to educate everybody equally. So I don't think it's the money, but it is. We have lowered the expectations of public schools to the extent, except the magnet schools and the private schools, to the extent that somebody told me everybody at is it St. James or what's that one on Vaughn Road? I believe that's a school. Every last senior last year got a scholarship for college. Um, you know, that's an amazing feat. Okay. Somebody said we got $36 million grant to refurbish the ghetto down there. Well, no, we didn't. Now that was to put they're putting electric car chargers on 80 and things of that nature. I don't know that $36 million won't refurbish the ghetto. I don't even, do we even have a ghetto in Montgomery anymore? Not that I know of anyway. 860-1440 is 817 in the morning. Good morning. Yes. Right. Not with a gene of criminality. I didn't say that. I think maybe a caller may have said that, but I never said that. Else I wouldn't go. Mm-hmm. 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 Let me ask you a question. What kind of church? What denomination of church you go to? Okay. And why is there? Oh. Uh huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But if all you right. Okay. Well, my thing is that we're asking people to understand all of this who are not scholars, and the scholars can't agree, which is why we have Pentecostal, Apostolic, Lutheran, Methodist, Unitarian, Catholic. We have all these people. So now, how are you going to convince people that everything you say is right and everything everybody else says is wrong? We got Islam. We got all these things. So what makes you so sure? What makes you so sure that you're right? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm familiar with that. I've been going to church 60 something years. I understand all of that, but I'm telling you, yeah, it's what now? Well, we're not in control of anything. We're not. Well, now wait a minute. Make my mind up here. Now make my mind up here. Either we're responsible for it, or our belief in Christ directs us. Now, which one is? Mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. And we do that. And I hear you. And I hear you. And we have this conversation on Thursdays all the time, so I'm not going to have it right now. But yeah, we did. I had hope that anybody who wants to talk, give us any logical training, it's on Thursday. Yeah. Well, appreciate it. I take a break. We'll be back right after this.
USFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Keep Alabama Beautiful. A little trash talk on the field during the game. Yeah, we get trash in the state of litter. That's just not a good plan. Keep it clean. Keep it beautiful. Saturday, temperatures up around 70 degrees in the east, driving 40s or 45. Saturday and Sunday, features sun and clouds, highs in the 40s. We're tracking increasing temperatures next week. And the forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sun's Automotive, formerly owned, formerly driven on News Radio 1440.
No big backups or slowdowns. That's all good news. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. Fall is here at Midtown Plaza. Shop Burlington with incredible values and eat at yummy Street off of I-85. Another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
The news you need, the news you can trust, the news you depend on. News Radio 1440. More at newsradio1440.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lamre Falusi with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Did you know that tooth decay is an infection? Luckily, cavities are largely preventable. The bacteria that cause cavities pass from parents to children, so good oral health is a family affair. Take care of baby teeth as soon as they emerge by brushing them with a smear of toothpaste with fluoride. Talk with your pediatrician about your baby's oral health and take him to the dentist by age 1. For more, visit healthychildren.org.
I got smart about mortgages, smart about college.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
My job, finances, everything's so crazy. I just want to feel in control. With Sam, I can.
Sam is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Get empowered. Reach your financial goals. Visit samican.org.
Did you know that Alabama law requires all pets to be currently vaccinated against rabies? This is State Public Health Veterinarian Dee Jones. Rabies vaccination not only protects dogs and cats from the deadly virus, it also reduces the risk to the owners who can unknowingly be exposed by their unvaccinated pets. Help us protect you, your family, and your pet by getting them vaccinated today.
This message brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and this station.
My muscles ached. I was tired all the time. My son had a full-blown asthma attack. It came out of nowhere.
The unsettling thing about some symptoms is
I had a fever and these terrible headaches.
you don't always know what's causing them.
It was Lyme disease from a tick bite.
I had West Nile virus from a mosquito.
He had a reaction to cockroach allergens.
Threats to your health can come from unexpected places. Get the facts. Visit pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
This is State Public Health Veterinarian Dr. Dee Jones. Having fun outdoors can mean fun in the sun, but it can also mean exposure to mosquitoes and ticks. While most insect bites are just annoying, some viruses and bacteria can be spread through the bites. There are several things that you can do to lower your risk, such as using EPA-registered repellents containing 20% DEET or picaridin. It is best to always consult with a pediatrician before using repellents on children. Also, wear light-colored clothing with long sleeves and always check yourself for ticks. Additionally, install or repair window and door screens. Empty any standing water in the yard. Keep gutters clean and drainage ditches free from leaves or other yard debris. This will also help reduce standing water. These basic techniques can help you safely enjoy the outdoors and create memories that will last a lifetime.
Russell Wilson here. We play 60, United Way in the NFL, helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids.
To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Donate.
Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Join Kevin Elkins for Decisions. News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Okay, we're back. 8604. I will admit, one of the Trump is doing does have me in a stupor. Now, one thing he is doing is just have me in a stupor. I don't know what the method to his madness is on this particular issue, but it may not be all that austere as it sounds, because we're putting people like Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, she doesn't have anyone good intelligence, but he wants to make her the intelligent. Maybe he's just trying to put regular people he's got. If they got all these staff, make them do their job, let them give you the information that you need to make a decision. My theory is that management is management, whether you're managing a peanut factory or you're managing the United States Air Force or the Army. Management is management, but I do think that you need to know something about it. It's kind of confusing me a little bit with some of his things, but we'll see how it all works out. We'll see. Good morning. Yes. Uh, yeah, 4,000. No, we gonna put 4,000 brothers over there. I mean, maybe a couple white guys, but yeah. It's, mm. Yes, well, and again, I understand his sentiment. I mean, listen, if somebody is robbing your life or breaking into your house, listen, I would probably felt the same way. So that was a tough one for me. But to give people extra 5 years enhancement on their sentence because they got a gun because they're so close to a school. Well, if you live inside the inner city, you're gonna be within 5 miles of the school. Just, mhm. But it's not like, but it's not like we don't. Yeah, but it's not like we don't need the prison. But our problem here is that we have Democrats who put down policies that encourage behavior by people, and then and so they get paid on either end, and then they turn around and make laws that put people in jail that they encourage by making excuses for them because not holding them to a standard of excellence. And now you're out there robbing and stealing and shooting and cutting because they said you had ADHD. So they getting paid on both ends here. They getting paid to make you look crazy, and now they're getting paid once you go crazy and do stupid things. And so, you know, can we blame everybody that goes to prison? Yeah, they took the action, but American society has a little bit to do with our problem right now of criminality in our community. We yes, yes. And rap music to me, my friend, is worse than drugs in our community. It's worse than drugs. Yeah, it didn't. It didn't. All right, appreciate it. It is 8:34 in the morning. Let's go here. Good morning. Yeah, I'm doing fine. But I can't understand why he is. Wait a minute, I can't understand why he, without a medical background, is going to be in charge. Yeah, I just as a manager, that's true. Mm. Hmm. Hmm. But I'm not for getting rid of all vaccines though. I'm not for getting rid of vaccines. Mm. That's what he said. Mm. Mhm. Well, we only go by what he says though. We don't only go by what he says. Nobody he does. But again, I don't see a I don't see a medical degree in his background. Right, right. But they know something about medicine, I would assume. Hmm. Right, right, right. That's true. That's true. Donald Trump, he released it, and then he stopped short of going all the way with it. But if they don't hurt Bobby, we're going to find out, and we're all going to be debriefed. We'll know the truth. I got one other thing, and then I can go on all day if you let me, but I don't. No, no, not all day. Mm. Mm. All righty then. Okay, I'm trying to digest all of that good information there. Something else happened yesterday that, and I realized that that our First Amendment is under assault terribly in this country. Alex Jones was sued and lost the case, and they're taking everything the guy had. Giuliani is sued. They're taking everything he has. And it's all because of speech. It's all because somebody didn't like what they said. Okay. A politician can tell us 15 lies every couple of seconds, and they don't and they call it free speech. Alex Jones, which I thought was crazy. It's crazy to say that what happened in Sandy Hook did not happen. But he has the right to say it. Okay. Free speech doesn't need regulations. Okay. I mean, what else is new? If is all of our it's all I mean, some of the things we say is hyperbole. And I mean, does that scare anybody but me? I mean, I would like somebody to make a cogent argument here that what they did to Alex Jones and what they've done to Giuliani is certainly against everything that we, our young men and women, are fighting for, have fought for. Okay, Alex Jones said what happened at Sandy Hook didn't happen; it was fake. Blah 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 blah. Okay, well, most of us knew that it was real. It happened. But do we really want to start putting people in prison and taking everything they have because their speech, they have a right to say it? Okay, you don't have to agree with it. There have been lots of years and years ago, they told us, that the world was going to freeze. Okay, by the year 2000, it was said that the world would be an icicle. Now they're telling us, that it is going to burn up, which it may at some point. But why are Americans allowing this to be done to these two people? It bothers me. It sounds like a banana republic. So we're gonna take all the Giuliani stuff, kick him out of his house because he thought the machines. He got sued by two people who work for the board of registers or something like that. I mean, seriously, $1 billion claim. I could see maybe suing the guy, teaching him a lesson, but really, everything he has, we're taking from him. There's something wrong with that. Alex Jones didn't believe what they said he believed. Well, and we're taking everything. Let me tell you something. If they can come after Giuliani and Alex Jones, they can come after me or anybody else. Okay, so I'm just telling I mean, I live to see it, but after a while, if what happens if the newspaper accidentally prints something that's wrong? Okay, do we start taking over the fourth estate now? Do we say the fourth estate? Freedom of speech is the foundation of our Constitution. That's why it's the First Amendment. It is part of the fabric of America, of being an American. And we're using our court system to stifle freedom of speech. I mean, does anybody understand the ramifications of this? Alex Jones said something that was stupid. I mean, really, he said something stupid. Oh, it didn't happen. It didn't do it. Well, okay, I don't know if it. Well, I know it happened. Giuliani thought that they were cheated. Okay, so we're gonna take Giuliani, put him on the street. Alex Jones, put him on the street. Take everything they. Do you understand the ramifications of that? That's not the country that I serve. That is not why I and many, 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 many people have worn that uniform because we believed in what it stood for and that this country stands for. But to have the government take people's livelihood from them because of speech, something that they said, that is tantamount to communism. I mean, I'm just saying, they said when they came after the Indian, I wasn't Indian, so I didn't worry about it. When they came after the black guy, I wasn't black, so I didn't worry about it. They came after the Puerto Rican, I didn't worry about it. And then all of a sudden I looked around, there was nobody there but me. Now, anybody thinks that I'm wrong? Hey, 860-1440. If it doesn't scare the hell out of you that they can take people's livelihood from them and put them on the street because of something that they said. Okay, I understand defamatory words, and maybe you should pay a price, but you should not lose everything you have in life because you said something somebody disagreed with. Okay, Alex Jones, it's kind of it's kind of you know, I think nutty, but he got a right to be nutty. Okay, he got a right to say whatever the hell he wants to say, as long as you don't cry fire in a theater. Okay, I just find this to be so un-American. I mean, this is not the America that a lot of people laying in Arlington Cemetery fought for. So you could take, so you could take what a man has because you don't like what he said. You know, I'm just, and the whole Alex Jones things, he got $1 billion judgment. Hell, these people wouldn't have made $1 billion if their name was pristine. You, I mean, they wouldn't. I mean, why do we do that to people? But if it doesn't bother you guys, then okay, whatever. I gotta take my last break, and out. We'll come back. 860-1440 is the number. Well, let me take this. I gotta wait a while. Good morning. Yes. And what about politicians? What about politicians? They tell us things all the time that are incorrect. Sure, they hurt people. He didn't. He didn't. He just said, "Hey, listen, he had a right to think what he thought." Alex Jones, but he still got a right to say it. He still got a right to say it. And you don't and you don't believe that politicians give us a hardship on our lives? So a man, so a man. I you know there have been many right in this country you have a right to insult people. Okay, if you're intelligent, well, I just don't. Well, then the standards of it have changed because to take everything a man wait a minute to take everything a man has. I understand that. I wait a minute. What did they call them? Wait a minute. What did they call the young men coming back from Vietnam? You know what they called them? Baby killers. It was on TV and everything. Okay, so should they all been sued and had everything taken from them for telling that lie on some of these troops? Well, they couldn't prove it. They were right, but they wasn't there. Mm. Well, then propaganda, according to you, have a right in the Constitution to put it out. You don't think so? So you wanted to so you again? I I understand getting sued. I understand. What I don't understand is getting sued out of human existence by the government, and that's what they're doing. They putting these people in harm's way on the street, taking everything they have. Okay, and hey, it's all good till it happens to you. Well, you're right, but they change. Listen, they changing the rules. You may say something that you don't think is defamatory, but someone will sue you and hell, look up and win. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I, I still say you have a right to lie if you want to in America. But I don't think $1 billion. I just something's wrong with that idea. Hey, I got to take my last break. We'll be back.
weather forecast. Radio 14 Empty Pete's Grocery Club members can get a monthly discount on eligible items as well as $1,500. Discount on eligible products only. Every packet of the book restrictions apply. Some programs for details. NBP's winter work program subject to terms. Plenty of sunshine this afternoon. It's topping out around 70 degrees in the north 40s. Tonight we'll see lows in the 40s in the clear sky. Saturday and Sunday feature sun and clouds. Highs in the 40s with overnight lows in the 40s. We're tracking increasing rain chances for Tuesday of next week. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist on News Radio 1440. Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Circle Family on News Radio 1440. Tax rate in Alabama is at the Toyota. They got a great supply of cameras, raffles, country, plus a $10 giveaway of free turkey to beat family. Cars sold this month. It's worth a drive. McKinnon Toyota at 12 on I-65 in Clinton. Velocities to the mall from a country Skywatch traffic. This is major delay. This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With respect to the economy and the cost of living on the line, insurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. And rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-290-1583. 800-290-1583. Again, that's 800-290-1583.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Getting support from friends online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
Instead of smoking after I ate, I'd get up and take a walk.
I missed having a cigarette in my hand, so I'd hold a pen or a straw, anything.
Until I knew I wouldn't give in to temptation, I spent more time to smoke.
I went to places that were smoke-free.
I didn't stay quit the very first time I tried.
I kept on trying and learned something each time. Do whatever it takes, no matter how many times it takes.
I quit.
I quit. I quit.
We did it, so can you.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospitals. The miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your children's miracle network.
I got smart about mortgages, smart about college. When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org. A free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. Smartaboutmoney.org. The easiest place to start when you want to get smart.
Hey! Is that a faucet running? No, that's not a faucet. That's a river running through the forest. It is? Yeah. Forest rivers provide over How do trees clean the air? They soak up the dirty air on their leaves, branches, and trunks, which means clean air for us. Cool. I didn't know that. Yep, but the forest does more than give us clean air and water. It gives us shade for hot days, birds to listen to, and trees to climb. Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know how cool the forest could be. Hey, let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ed.
On your way to work tomorrow morning, join Kevin Elkins for Decisions. News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Okay, we are back. So defamatory language is what? We'll get to that in a second. Good morning. How you doing? Mm-hmm. What's up?
Last caller, wanted to respond to that. Have you ever seen in the last couple of years, you ever seen somebody driving around in their own car by themselves with a mask on?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Statement that I thought was interesting. There were so many contradictions. We don't have time. You don't have enough time to go through that argument. There's so many contradictions. But he made the statement. He said, if a person is lying and they're spreading propaganda, they need to be held accountable. And he intimated that they should go to jail. So my thought was, when he made that statement, what about everybody who voted for in this last election? Should they be held accountable and go to jail? Because if I remember right, Kamala Harris and Biden said that Trump was a fascist and that he was Hitler. And the day he got elected,
Ooh. Oh.
thing. Hillary Clinton, I know he voted for Hillary Clinton. So Hillary Clinton, I mean, it was proven that the Steele dossier, which your caller probably doesn't know what that is, but the Steele dossier was actually fabricated. They were trying to show that Trump was in collusion with Russia, when actually they were the ones in collusion with Russia. So why isn't Hillary in jail?
And talk about defamatory language, calling a citizen, Nazi, and all these things. I'm just Trump ought to start suing everybody. And the popular vote, right? Hey, I gotta go. Appreciate it. I gotta go. Time's up. Anyway, I got another example that shows what happened to Giuliani and Alex Jones is just un-American, totally un-American. We'll be back.
Happening this Friday. Tuskegee University canceled classes for the rest of the week, and the school president announced that Tuskegee will now be a closed campus moving forward. The change has come following last weekend's mass shooting on campus. Several state lawmakers are holding a news conference about that shooting later on this morning. It starts at 9 a.m. Valley and Cross Academy, a private school in Montgomery, is expanding. Originally an all-male school led by Anthony Cross, there's now a satellite campus to include the girls. The new campus is focused on middle school age groups and is located at St. Paul Elementary. If you travel on I-85 south through Line Creek, all lanes have now reopened there. That's not far from the Mountain Eggs exit. Crews started on the work there over a week ago. The project is still ongoing, and you can expect some slowdowns in the evenings until it is complete. I'm Jasmine Williams with your morning headlines.
WLWI-AM is News Radio 1440, also heard on 95.1 HD3 FM in Montgomery, a Cumulus media station.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. President-elect Donald Trump talked up Robert F. Kennedy Jr., his choice for health secretary, at an event at Mar-a-Lago last night.
I think you're going to do some unbelievable thing. Nobody's going to be able to do it like you.
But many in the medical community are skeptical, taking exception with RFK's views on vaccinations, fluoridated water. Correspondent Major Garrett.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. helped elect Donald Trump, so this is a reward to him. And RFK Jr. has, within the Trump world,
a constituency of his own. He's the only one Trump is allowed to rebrand MAGA. Make America healthy again, MAHA.
The Trump transition team reaffirming support for the president-elect's pick for defense secretary after officials in Monterey, California confirmed Pete Hegseth was investigated for alleged sexual assault in 2017. He was never charged. The Trump transition team has signaled it might back Israel if the country takes over the West Bank. CBS's Elizabeth Palmer is in Ramallah.
Right-wingers in Israel's government believe the West Bank is Israel's anyway.
To Israel.
And hope Trump will help them take it. Not only would that be illegal under international law, lawmaker Mustafa Barghouti says it's a recipe for disaster.
And that means eternal conflict.
General Motors says it's laying off 1,000 employees. WWJ's Jeff Gilbert is in Detroit.
The cuts will impact GM's salaried workforce, and most are focused here in the U.S. GM says in order to win in this competitive market, they need to optimize for speed and excellence.
Americans were doing plenty of shopping last month. Purchases were up 0.4%. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
The strength of this report proves that the U.S. economy continues to hold on strong footing as it has throughout the year. This is just one of the reports that the Federal Reserve will use in assessing economic growth when it meets for the last time in December.
A new study in the journal The Lancet found a dramatic jump in the number of U.S. adults who tip the scales. Lead author Marie Ng at the University of Washington School of Medicine.
We're expecting the number of people experiencing obesity and overweight to rise to 260 million.
Researchers are particularly concerned about a steep rise among children. Sparks flying, and the fight's not until tonight. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul had to be separated when the 58-year-old former world champ slapped the 27-year-old influencer during the weigh-in ahead of their bout in Arlington, Texas. When a reporter asked why, Tyson answered, "The talk is over." Paul called him an angry little elf. Down 226. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at NewNordicUSA.com or in stores at your local CVS.
A check of pollution in the U.S. and Asia.
Shanghai is the most polluting area in the world, according to new data combining observations and artificial intelligence. The top polluting states or provinces are all in Asia, except for Texas, which ranks 6th. The data was released during United Nations climate talks in Azerbaijan, where countries are trying to set new targets to cut emissions. But the talks have stalled, with some former climate officials calling for an urgent overhaul of the negotiations. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Study released by New York's planning department shows the city's empty storefronts are filling up faster than expected, thanks to a slew of new restaurants and bars. The majority of new eateries serve Mexican, Japanese, and Caribbean cuisine. Most are outside the borough of Manhattan. About 16,000 city storefronts were empty in the third quarter. That's about 11%, still above pre-pandemic levels. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Get ready, Pike Road, Montgomery, and Prattville. The leaves are falling, and so are my prices. Matt Parsley here from Budget Car and Truck Sales in Montgomery, 61 Mendel Parkway, next to Fraser Church, just off Atlanta Highway. Autumn is here, but forget those leaves on the ground. My prices are dropping, and I want to help you rake in some savings. That means this month only, you could save up to $4,000 on a nicer, newer car based on the price of the car you pick. So even if your old car is rusted, busted, or just fallen from grace, leave it behind, and I'll spice up things in a car you love. So you could save up to $4,000 on a car this month. Plus, at Budget Car and Truck Sales, we're about affordability. My solution specialists work hard to help you find a car you love for a monthly payment you can afford with the banks and the credit unions that want to say yes. That's yes, yes, yes. So visit me to fall in love with a nicer, newer car, and you could save up to $4,000. But hurry, don't leave me hanging. A deal this good won't last long. I'm Matt Parsley. I'm your dealer for the people. See all these bountiful harvests of rides at budgetsays.yes.com. That's budgetsays.yes.com.
For 65 years, Guardian Credit Union has been your trusted financial partner. And now we're proud to extend that trust further by introducing Guardian Insurance Services. Whether protecting your home, car, or even your business, we've got the coverage that fits your needs. Our team is here to guide you every step of the way with the personalized service you know and love. Call 334-819-7555 for a free quote today. Guardian Insurance Services, building on 65 years of trust, now safeguarding your future.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression. Izervay is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today. Visit Izervay.com.
Pepsi does not taste as good as Coke.
Paid for by Estella's Pharma.
Telling it like it really is.
All right, one more we go.
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Okay, I had to get my groove on there this morning, with vanilla ice and all. Oh yeah, ice cream. I love that song. Anyway, it's at 9:08 in the morning. And if you want to what's called, love to talk to you, what's on your mind this morning. Somebody wants to hit me right now, so we just want to see who this is and let them have it. And let's not talk about definitions. Yeah, what they did to Trump certainly defamed him on multiple times. I think you ought to get about $1 billion out of this too. Start suing people. Anyway, 8-1440. Good morning on there. Wait a minute. You know what means? I can hear you. Yeah, you said you know what means? Oh, well, wrong one. But anyway, here's one. Okay. I went to Rachel Levine. Anybody know that name? Rachel Levine. Yeah. Anybody know who that is? Okay. If we talk about insulting people's intelligence and telling us a lie and propaganda. Rachel Levine is a man who works for the federal government as a woman. Now, everybody knows that it's a man. They put a wig on her, and now she is admiral. Admiral. So she's on the she is on the they call it Admiral Rachel M. Levin. Admiral Levin, I guess as long as she was him, I call him a shim. If the name is she, it's a him, but the him wants to be a she. He's 17th Assistant Secretary of Health for U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Now, why in the hell are you going to have somebody that's working in the health department and don't know the difference, don't know he's a man? Okay? So we ought to sue Biden for that one for insulting him. Okay? This is a man. Looks like a man, or is the ugliest woman ever been born. Okay? So let's not talk about defamation. Okay? They are insulting me. Rachel Levin. And now she gets to wear one of our pride and one of our uniforms of our armed forces, which is the Navy. We call her Admiral. Or what an Admiral. Okay. Admiral. Okay. I'm just saying. Named Rachel Levin. Look her up. 67 years old. She's 67 years old. Born 6 years old. Born. I'm glad we weren't born in the same hospital because I knew that I was a guy when I came out. Okay. I knew. I just knew. Somebody on there. Right, and then Rand Paul. Right, gain of function test, which is what they were doing. Yeah. 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 I got it. Listen, I believe in, and I appreciate your call because you know you call last hour too. Okay, if you call in the first hour, you can call in the third hour, but you call in the second hour too. But anyway, don't worry about it. I just, I'm surprised that America. I mean, again, what happened to Alex Jones and what has happened to Giuliani is just un-American. It's un-American, especially when you can tell me that a man put a wig on and somehow that makes sense, and we put him in charge, or Shim in charge, because it's not a him and it's not. We're gonna call him a Shim. Shim's in charge of a health department, health agency department. When they can't figure out what they are, they don't know that the thing that makes you a female and a male is chromosomes, not your head, not your social philosophy, but what makes you a male and a female is chromosome, either X and Y. Now, if you got X and Y, well, we may have something going on there. So who should be sued? Should we sue the White House for trying to convince us that we know the truth? We know the truth. We know this guy is a man. We know it's a man. We know it biologically. It's a man. but we call him a shim now because he ain't sure what he is. But it's a man putting a wig on. So what's the difference in doing that and do what Alex Jones did? Alex Jones kept telling us something didn't happen. We know it happened. Well, then again, the White House is telling us that this is a woman, and everybody knows that it isn't. So what's the difference in doing that? Well, I'm waiting. 86014. What's the difference? I mean, should we sue the Biden administration for lying to us for the last 4 years? Tell us that a man is actually a woman. Should we sue them for defamation? They defaming our intelligence is what they're doing. So okay, now we do have double standards in America. Also, I got a note here about Mr. Kennedy that he evidently had sued many companies over vaccines and stuff like that. But here's a question that I have, and every medicine that has ever been designed, that has ever, they're synthetics. Most of them come from herbs and things of that nature. They're synthetically reproduced. Hasn't every medicine had its drawbacks? I mean, all vaccines, all new vaccines, polio. I got a friend of mine that took the COVID vaccine and was paralyzed for a couple of months. And one of his friends died. Yeah, it's a shame it happens. I took it knowing that it was a possibility that, I could get sick from it. I took my son to get it, knowing that there's a possibility but don't we take all medicine at risk? I mean, don't we do it? Now, I will tell you that if they, in fact, did studies on it and found out and knew for an absolute sure, and evidently that's what Mr. Kennedy has proven a couple of times, that people would put stuff out that they knew was evidently really dangerous, and they didn't warn the people, they didn't tell the people, and so they were sued. And I think my buddy said he sued about 1,000 companies or 1,000 cases against medicine companies, and he's won. So there's no doubt, and he is a lawyer. There's no doubt that he knows about vaccines. My thing is that though, but isn't every vaccine that has ever been created has had side effects? Every last one of them. But I do believe that they have you must tell people of the side effects. I mean, sometimes I listen to these commercials on TV. Oh yeah, hey, take Prevalent or blah 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 blah. I'll take Osha Scotia, whatever. Oh, and at the end of the commercial, it'll say, oh yeah, has been known to make you blind, dumb, and crazy. Okay, well, but at least I know that it's possible that I can go blind or get dumb or get crazy. So I think they do have an obligation to tell people the side effects of these things. Okay, like Viagra. Yeah, Viagra make a brother feel good for a couple minutes, but it give you a heart attack. So you got to decide which one's more important. Most guys, I know what they'll decide. 860-14-4 is the number here. Good morning, you're on air. No, what you claim is not true. But you can claim it, but that does not make it true, of course. But what's the difference? But what's the difference between what Alex Jones did? Exactly. What law did he break? But I think telling me that a woman is a man and a man's a woman defames me. But they claim him. They sued him under the auspices that they said he knew something, and he said exactly the opposite. Well, yes, sure. Well, we proved that Rachel Levine is not a woman. Yeah. 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 Well. Yeah. Yeah. All right, appreciate it. It is 9:20 in the morning. Get money on there. Fine, how you? Right. Mhm. Even a COVID, I mean, but even a COVID thing when we had nothing else to go, because I took my son, went on base and we got the shot. I mean, I was skeptical, but right. Mm-hmm. Mm, mm. Yeah, yeah. I'm disposable. Mm-hmm. Right. Public scrutiny. Right. Public scrutiny. I mean, that's, yeah. Yes. Yeah. Right. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I'm with you. I think it goes against every. I think it goes against everything America stands for. Uh, uh, Oprah Winfrey is comes under scrutiny for taking $1 million from Kamala. Oprah Winfrey, of course, on the what's that British paper? Somebody went to her hometown where she lives, and they said that she said on camera, "I didn't take no money," but evidently she did take a little. She denied taking a paycheck, and has since clarified the money was given to her company, Harpo Production, to stage a star-studded town hall event for the vice president. Now, the Chicago Tribune has blasted the talk show host over her decision to allow her company, Harpo Productions, to accept cash, stating Winfrey should have covered her workers' fees herself. Frankly, $1 million is not all that much money to Winfrey, and we very much doubt that she was seeking any kind of personal payday for her chosen candidate. Yeah, well, they still want her to do business with them. Okay, I'm just saying. Also, have you heard the word that Advanced Auto Parts is going to close 700 locations next year. So now that's okay. You can always call eBay or Amazon and get the part shipped to your house. That's not a big deal. Uh, and also Delta has added a fifth daily flight to Atlanta from Montgomery. So that's pretty good. I mean, if you want to go to Atlanta, I don't have any reason to go to Atlanta, but that's a good place to go. Now, who has the president picked for some of these great jobs? Well, Marco Rubio has been tasked with the Secretary of State's job, and if this works out good, if the Republicans really want to be seen as being somewhat fair, really wanting to get black folks to come over, they can put him there, and if he leaves, then we can put the Donaldson guy, who's a staunch Republican, as as the senator for Florida, black senator from Florida. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Matt Gates, whatever his name is, that guy's got a history behind him. Here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking Trump is doing. Now, this is what I'm thinking, because I think he's proving that it doesn't really take PhD. It takes a good leader to lead anything. Now, me, I ran a boat crew out of Hawaii in the galley and on a boat. Now, you couldn't take me out. You couldn't take me out of there and make me infantry squad leader, but maybe you could, because all of us were basically trained to be soldiers. Then we go to our respective different jobs, but all of us were trained to be 11 Bravos, which is an infantryman. We all were trained basically to be a foot soldier. But then we branched off to different schools and learned different things to support the troops. But I think what he is showing us that now I do believe I think what he's showing us that, you know what, common sense goes a long way in leadership. Common sense, just plain old common sense. Now, you do need some technical expertise when it comes to medicine and science. But most of these jobs in the political realm are philosophical jobs. If you live by the right philosophy, then if you're conservative, then do conservative things. If you're liberal, they never have a problem doing liberal things. Okay, so I don't know. I have been befuddled by some of his picks. This kind of, but again, I never paid attention to this. I have never paid attention to the cabinet things, except only cabinet position I ever worried about was Secretary of Defense. Okay, Secretary of the Army, Secretary of the Navy, Secretary of the Air Force. I mean, those are only cabinet positions I ever known anything about, because I worked right underneath them. Me and any other soldier, sailor, airman, or marine. So that's the only person I worried about. Now the minute they put a shim in charge of those, I'm done with them too. But here's one that's interesting to me: the Secretary of Defense, Peter Hegseth. I don't know exactly what his rank was, but he was an officer. He's 44 years old. He is the co-host of Fox News Channel, Fox and Friends Weekend, and has been a contributor to the network since 2014, where he developed a friendship with Trump, who made regular appearances on the show. He's young. He's got some combat experience. He knows what it's like. It may be time to put younger people in some of these positions. How young? I don't know. I mean, me personally, 50 years old, about where you need to start. 44 is kind of young, but then again, he's got experiences under his belt that I don't have. So, okay. But maybe it's time, because the old thinking is hadn't gotten us any place. Okay? Not really. We should be further along the ladder than we are as a country, as our culture. Our culture seems to be, there's something, and I don't know what it is, but there is something that's holding our culture back. There's something that won't let us bloom and prosper and forget about talking about color. There's something, there's an albatross here on our culture, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. Is it the need to be important? Why is there such a need to be constantly reminded of the past? It's important, absolutely. But why aren't we further along than we are? I mean, seriously, why aren't we? We know at one time America pretty much sucked for black folks. It did. It was what it was. And some would say still today. But then again, if that's true, then why? I mean, why? Now, I will say one thing. It does seem that the last bastion, the the last vestige of, if you want to use the word racism, if you want to use that word, the last bastion is politics. But it's our fault. It's black people's fault. Oh, yeah. It is. They know what you're going to vote already. Don't have to give you anything. I'm giving you nothing. They know you're going to vote Democrat. Republicans won't work with you because they know 98% of you are going to vote Democrat. So the reason politically we don't get much further than what we are, because we have joined a particular farm and we won't leave the plantation. Okay. Now again, that's just my thinking, but we're responsible for where we are as a people. Democrats don't work for you. They promise you and then don't do anything. Republicans keep their promise too. They don't promise you nothing, which I'm good with that. But anyway, when we come back, so why haven't we as black folks always sitting on the outside begging somebody to let me in? Why is that? Because they know where you're going. They know where you stay. They know that you're not coming any other way but what you've been doing for the last 60, 70 years. So nobody pays you any attention because they don't need to. How do we fix that? How do we fix that? Let's get some political power. Okay, and again, we don't need more food stamps. Okay, we need to figure out how to make more money and how to create more opportunities for everybody, but mainly our group of people they just know what you're gonna do. It's like going into combat and the enemy knows where you are and you don't know where you are. But every time you go down that road right there, there's an ambush waiting to get you because they know you're coming. Well, black folks have been ambushed for the last 60 years because they know you're coming. We'll be back right after this, but disagree with me. We'll talk about it.
FA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Plenty of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures topping out around 70 degrees with a north breeze. Tonight we'll see lows in the 40s with a clear sky. Saturday and Sunday feature sun and a few clouds. Highs in the mid to low 70s with overnight lows in the 40s. We're tracking increasing rain chances as we head toward Tuesday of next week. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Nick Gunter on News Radio 1440.
News Radio 1440 is everywhere you are, on the radio, online at newsradio1440.com, and on our app. You can also listen on your smart home speaker. News Radio 1440.
Award-winning storyteller Benny Johnson has cracked the code for a new generation of breaking news and entertainment.
We're getting speeches. We're getting shout-outs. We're going into the hood.
The Benny Show takes you to the next level with a streamlined, frank approach.
And we had the energy. So exciting, so much fun, and we got so much more to do.
Challenging opinions with cutting-edge insights and straightforward questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this channel, let it be known, nothing can stop what's coming.
The Benny Show on YouTube or wherever you listen.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capital Oyster Bar. We're over here on that beautiful Alabama River cooking up that fresh Gulf seafood for you. We also rent out pontoon boats. All you need is a driver's license and a credit card. We've got an RV park down here. You can come on down here and stay a few days or stay a few weeks with us. So all that, you can check out CapitalOysterBar.com, our Facebook page. You'll see what's coming up, a map how to get here. So get down here soon. Bring the whole crew with you. We'll cook you up some good old food. See you soon. Bring the whole crew, I'm telling
you. Hi, this is Tom Latham with Penny Earning Concrete Technologies. For years, you've heard me talking about our concrete projects, from stamped and patterned concrete to foundations for commercial manufacturing, driveways to commercial parking lots, even heavily invested in polished concrete for durable and inexpensive long-term service. What you may not know is we have equipment for clearing lots for construction, clearing and ridding land of scrub and underbrush. We cut roads, clear fence lines, clear pond dams, and pretty much any application where land is overgrown. We have mulchers that can grind underbrush into shreds and return it to nature for compost. Our equipment is minimally invasive, not disturbing and upturning your property where additional grading might be necessary. To To clean or clear your property, call Penny Earned at 334-284-9292 and let us transform your overgrown property into a manageable and productive one. Check us out on Facebook at Transformers or call 334-284-9292.
When you're hiring for your business, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. This made us wonder, what if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
Escape rooms? Elementary. And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Simple. So, see what the world is like when ZipRecruiter does the hard work of hiring for you. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Getting support from friends online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
Instead of smoking after I ate, I'd get up and take a walk.
I missed having a cigarette in my hand, so I'd hold a pen or a straw, anything.
Until I knew I wouldn't give in to temptation, I spent more time with my friends who didn't smoke.
I went to places that were smoke-free.
I didn't stay quit the very first time I tried.
I kept on trying, and I learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
I quit.
I quit.
I quit.
We did it, so can you.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
And it's 9:37 in the morning. If you want to give us a call, 860-1440, whichever on your mind. But so it seems like we have progress in America. Black folks have. We got billionaires, millionaires. We got people who own car lots. We got people who own businesses. But we don't have a real home in the political fabric of America. And why is that? Good morning. Pretty good.
A long time ago, everybody's not meant to go to the next level with you. And people that are not meant to go to the next level with you are not going to let you go to the next level comfortably. You know, there's a war just within our own people. You asked the question, why haven't we progressed? Well, we have progressed. You had your first black president, your first black mayor. I mean, we've progressed, and everybody just can't go together. And we have to be willing as a people to stop reliving our past. You know, it's one thing to know about it, but it's another thing when you keep reliving it. And you got those that are before us that will not let you, they're not going to let you forget, but it doesn't mean we have to keep reliving. And then we've got to come to the point in our lives that we're ready to move forward with or without it. Let's come out of our comfort zone. Let's start promoting entrepreneurship from within the house. You know, we've got to change our way of thinking, our way of doing things. It just makes absolutely no sense how people can come into this country and surpass us out the gate. I mean, look and see what they're doing and look at what we're not doing. They have a plan. They're not trying to relive what was hurting or hindering them, and they're going to move forward regardless. You know, when you look at the average immigrant, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
They don't bring the whole family. They just bring those that are like mine. And we got to do the same thing. You know, maybe it might be your sister you have to leave behind. Maybe it has to be that unemployed, lazy cousin you have to leave behind. Maybe it might, in some cases, some of y'all are sleeping with the enemy. So, you know, like I say, it's not hard. It's just a mere fact and just coming to the realization that we got to stop thinking that everybody has to come. I used to hear y'all say something a long time ago. We got to all get together, come together, get in the room and talk about what. No. I'll only get people that are like-minded. If you got everybody black in a room and you set 2 packs of Kool-Aid on the table and said choose one flavor, it'll be a more bloodier war than a civil war at the end of that thing, because everybody's not going to agree. But if you say we got red and grape on the table, everybody like red, come over here. And those that come, you can build with those because they like the same thing you like. They want the same thing you want. And you can move forward. So let's stop trying to bring everybody and let's just start bringing people that are like-minded. And then when you get them, start moving forward.
That is an interesting analogy. It is 9:41 in the morning. Good morning. Yes. Hey, appreciate it. And again, one of the most illuminating things that I can tell people, just because you vote for them doesn't make you one of them. Okay? Okay. And that's Republicans and Democrats. Because you vote for them doesn't make you one of them. Okay? They just use your vote to get in power. It still doesn't make you one of them. You are not a member of the Republican Party or the Democratic Party unless you pay for that membership. So again, just because you vote for them doesn't mean you one of them. Good morning. Good morning. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When you say all, I mean that's no. Well, it depends on how it has been done. But but from a philosophical standpoint, of course not. I mean, that's what the Constitution says. Well, it has happened. I mean, it has happened though. It has happened. So, well, it, okay. You know, if the FBI has become such a political instrument, and when the FBI director tells us that we're not going to investigate because that person didn't mean to do what they did, and well, I mean, you know, well, I wasn't okay with it. Okay. Well, let me ask you a question though. Constitutionally, since you can do recess appointments, I mean, do you think? Do you not? Okay. Well, that's true. Hmm. You, well, I mean, and I mean, I am bothered if some of the things they say, but he's never been found guilty of it. If some of the things they say is true, so right, yeah, yeah. I mean that. Or or have they? Or have they? What about the things we don't know? You know, what about what? Yeah. Mm. Although, yeah, in principle, I am with you. I think we need to make sure that the people we trust in public office um, are good folks and they're not bought out by anybody. However, my problem is when it comes to Trump, everybody they have threw everything at this guy from the kitchen sink because they didn't like him, not because he was a bad guy, wasn't a good American. Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, brother, the FBI has seen to me has been not necessarily a positive influence in politics recently. I, well, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Does the mayor, the president, the governor, don't they have a right to put people in that they want to? And if the opposition, right, but if the opposition is strictly political, based on your political enemies, they don't want them. And it's a tough one. Let's make sure, first of all, that they have the credentials, that they have the experience or the knowledge in order to get the job done. Well, in my mind, yeah, in my mind, I mean, he's a certain general. Yeah. I think I listen. I think there's some clouds. Listen, I think there's some clouds over him that makes it makes it a difficult choice for Americans to probably say, yeah, listen, yeah, it's a yeah, it's a difficult. But what if he? But what if he's been a victim? What if he's been a victim of propaganda? What if he's been a victim of? Yeah, 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 yeah. Army, yeah, yeah, he did. Yeah, I had one. You had one. We all had one. Yeah. You know, okay. To answer the question, in the most only in the most severe situations. I think right now we got enough time to do background checks on people. I must admit, I want to know if you done sold out. I want to know. Yeah. To be intellectually honest, I went to a background check. He went to everybody ever been in the military been to a background check. Yeah, to have one in the land, I think you should. I mean, I got to be honest. I think you ought to be. Okay. I took one, and I was a nobody. We come back, right? I'm in the same building with the FBI. I think they check me out all the time. We'll be back. They changed the whole game with Marine. Whew.
especially on young she died of lung cancer, smoking cigarettes without knowing. I have seen no door. That picture of my
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Also, grandfathers Captain to make a difference in their community. Then you can do with your help. We all expect to get it. Not this all about this, not this, not this. One or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that you get to these kids earlier and their chances are better. And kids who go to third grade are more likely to graduate. So why not super equal pledge? Volunteer leader, because when the child succeeds, we all United Sean Hannity, Sunday.
Okay, listen, I only got about 1 minute left. Unfortunately, I got to take this one call. That's probably going to be it. Good morning. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting perspective. All right, I'll take one more before I go. Got to, who's been waiting for the longest here? Hey, you got about 30 seconds. Okay, I hear you. Okay, I hear you. I got to go. We'll be back Monday. Good Lord says the same. Have a great weekend. If you drink, don't drive. If you drive, don't drink.